How y'all feeling today? J-Rock in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Everyday DJ Podcast. I'm your host, J-Rock. Tonight, we're going to kick off episode 1. This is the premiere. So any questions, any feedback, anything you want to talk about, put it in the comment box, chat boxes. Right now, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So without further ado, we're going to hop into the agenda. Let's go. And like I said, this is the Everyday DJ Podcast. So you want to know what that name stands for. That name comes from conversations that I've been having with companies and with people abroad about the importance that DJ have to your everyday life, to everyday business, to the income that's generated by a lot of these companies, from your record pools to your DJ gear companies, to your case companies, to your hats and apparel and shoe companies. You know, we spend a significant amount of money with all these companies, but a lot of them don't realize the importance that the everyday DJ play in today's community, as well as, you know, business, their income streams. And so that's where the name comes from. And so on my podcast, we're going to talk about things that are important to the everyday DJ. Everyday DJs like me, like you, like B-Love. It might be important to some of the superstar DJs too, but the focus is not them. It's the folks that are aspiring, that's doing this for a living, that's out here trying to survive in this pandemic era that we're in. All right, so before we get into the agenda, be sure to follow, like, subscribe, and share. Your sharing is caring, and that's how we keep this thing going, just the support, that we get from you all. So tonight I want to talk about pandemic era gigs. And in the conversation in the past, this is a topic that I've touched on. And things have changed a bit. The world is starting to open up. Some places are closing back down. Some places are just as bad as they were. And so the COVID-19 has really impacted the lives of a lot of people that I know personally. Good friends of mine who've had it, survived it. Good friends of mine that had it and didn't survive it. And so it amazes me that on today, October 20th, 2020, that so many people still think that it's a joke. You know, a good friend of mine has it right now, and she's fighting for her life over the weekend. And so a lot of things that people don't realize is that, you know, the DJ profession is one of those career fields that we're not organized by unions, and, you know, there are some retirement and pension stuff available, but it's not organized. You know, there's no paid sick days, you know, and so if you're sick, you're not working. And that's for the average DJ. You know, some may have some situations set up where, you know, they have some type of benefit or stuff like that. But the average working DJ that I've come across is, you know, they doing this for a living. So they depend on these incomes and all of that good stuff. So feel free to join the conversation and share your 2 cents or your 5 cents. And so in talking with my team and my partner in business, some of the things that we consider is, you know, as we think about reopening and accepting gigs, and because right now it's like a lot of the events that we do already counseling for 2021, and it's like and so we produce your bigger events with lights and trussings and video crews and things like that. And so a lot of those gigs are already counseling for 2021 because they're uncertain. And so 2020 gigs was a wrap. You know, that's a situation beyond most of our control. And so, but for those of you that are already accepting gigs, who got gigs coming in, you know, some of the things I wanted to talk about was how are you managing social distancing? You know, because from my experience, people are used to just coming up to the DJ booth. Hey, buddy, can you play this song? You know, can you shout my girlfriend out? It's a birthday. You know, it gets kind of tricky. And so there's technology now for requests, but you don't. I've always been the type of DJ that was approachable. You could come to me, you could say hello, you could ask me to play a song, and there's no guarantee that I will play it, but if it fit the vibe that I'm rocking at that moment, I might squeeze it in or play it later. And so, but this pandemic, it got me scared to death. So B-Love says, now that the world community is opening, she's been paying attention to the 3 V's: venues, ventilation, and vocalization. The venue is really important. The ventilation in that venue. And is this an event where people are going to be dancing and singing and perspiring and all that good stuff? Because I know in some cities, states, and counties, venues can open, but there can't be any dancing. So I DJ'd for a wedding where dancing wasn't allowed, but at a party or in a venue type situation, how do you manage that? And so that's something to think about. Beloved says the question that she asks clients when clients call for in-person events is what type of venue and what, if any, of the CDC protocols are they following? Masks, social distancing, cleaning and capacity. Now, that's the next item. Are you providing PPE, personal protection equipment for your staff or team? We do. We do. We bought a lot of masks. We bought gloves, all that good stuff. Unfortunately, all the gigs canceled, but that's another that's another situation. And as far as protocols and things like that, we was in a store the other day, and it was Crate and Barrel, I believe. Between each customer, the gentleman came from behind the counter, sprayed the counter, wiped down the credit card machine. I mean, like, really adamant. It's like, jeez. And I know every business might not be equipped or have the staff to do that. But as it relates to events, if you are throwing an event, are you taking that into consideration? When you go and set up at events, are you in your contracts? Are you asking, are you following the CDC protocols? I want to know if you can answer in the comments below. Are you yourself following CDC recommendations? Are you a non-masker or do you rock the mask? Now, my family, we proudly rock the mask. We've seen firsthand of not wearing a mask would do for your body and your family. And so, jeez, it's food for thought. Beloved says there ain't no way of a hat. No such thing as a halfway sick day. Oh, halfway sick these days. Hey, Beloved, oh my goodness, I should have gave you a mic. Oh my God. I got your co-pilot mic. If you get to feeling froggy, you can come over here. Yeah. And it's like, no, we got to smile and we got to stay upbeat. But, don't take my laughter as I don't take this seriously, because I do. We're still self-quarantining. Very, very few guests at the house. We're not visiting folks. Didn't go to any cookouts. And yeah. My next thing was in the comments below. Tell me what type of events you're booking. As it relates to DJing, it is no gigs to book. Like I said, all of our stuff are canceled. But I'm curious to see, how many of you are stepping out there and doing these events, and how comfortable you feel with that. My homie DJ Tony Rome says he added the cost of PPE into his contracts. He's checking in from YouTube. That's, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you spend less on a record pool or less somewhere else to be able to soak up that expense. Because for the foreseeable future, I don't see us not having a need for PPE. Because even when they release the vaccine, there's no guarantee of the long-term effects of a vaccine. So B-Love says, old boy won't be taking that ooh-wee home to his family. Nah, sir. Can't do it. Now, so next I wanted to talk about equipment. A lot of times we set up, and we already have to fight people away from our equipment wanting to sit their cups of drink on our subs, be it soda or alcoholic alcohol beverages. And so people want to sit on the speakers and lean on the speakers and stuff like that. And so are you guys sanitizing your equipment, especially your microphones? You know, there's been a lot of good conversation around microphones. Some people look at microphones as disposable. They went out and bought really, really cheap mics. Some people bought replacement foam. Some got these Starkings. And so what are you good folks doing to sanitize your equipment? Now, as it relates to microphones, I'm kind of funny acting. So B-Love and I, we have our mics that nobody uses that we still sanitize after every gig. Well, at least that's the plan when we start back gigging. Then we have mics that the guests will use and still high quality mics. But in the event that that might get dropped, it won't be, oh my God, they dropped my $1,000 microphone. You be ready to fight somebody. Now, so it's just stuff to think about. Coming up with a equipment sanitization plan. So we're thinking about all that. DJ Tony Rome says he recently provided music for a soul Zumba class. It was in a park with 75 participants. Outdoor events, I would say, depending on where, are probably your safest bet right now as it relates to the Rona, that old girl. Maybe we can give her a nickname. She the Rona now. Outside events are probably your best bet. Now, because at the end of the day, we gotta take and weigh out money versus risk. You know, because too much risk, you won't be around to make money. And if you don't make some money, you know, you won't be able to maintain, you know, pay your mortgage, pay your rent, pay your car payments, insurance, buy new gears and all that stuff. You know, buy the new Pioneer DDJ S11 or the Rain 72. You know, the stuff some of us DJs spend a portion of our profits on. So that's yeah, outdoors. And DJ Shawnee D says he used a waiver of liability for COVID-19. And so does that mean your client and their guests can't hold you liable if they get COVID-19? Is that the type of waiver you have them sign? Or is it something different? Let me know. Tony Rome says he has them Shure PGA 58s he used. Then he had them clean using UV baths. That's pretty dope. I don't know what you're referring to, Tony Rome. He says like whom. I gotta look into that UV because I know they're putting UV lights into all of not all, but some of the home central AC systems, you could get the UV lighting option that supposedly helps kill bacteria and all that good stuff. We got my homie DJ Mike L in the building. Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, so we got stuff like that I've seen UV used for. Mostly, I've seen UV used for glow parties. I'm tripping. All right, we're gonna move on. New DJ gear. Now, this is that topic that it rubs some people the wrong way. It rubs some people budgets and wallets the wrong way. But new DJ gear. I've seen a lot of people ask this question. Why are these DJ companies releasing new gear during a pandemic when nobody is doing a lot of big shows and a lot of big gigs, and people really don't have the money to go out and buy said equipment? I feel dual-minded. I'm dual-minded about it. If I was a DJ company, they gotta release new gear. Like, for example, Pioneer was long overdue. And as it comes to buying gear, the businesses and the DJs that got access to the capital, will acquire that gear or whatever is out if they choose. The people without the capital will spend that capital wherever they need to spend it. So when it comes to buying new gear, I look at it this way. From a business standpoint, it's got to make me money. It's got to be some return on investment. Be it Zoom parties or DJing Zoomer classes in the park. It's got to be some avenue I could use to recoup that money. The flip side of that is if I want it, I'm going to buy it. It might just be something to play with, a toy, you know what I'm saying? But my toys got to have some ROI. I got kids to feed, man. Ooh, I am telling you. Home soap, makers of phone soap. Okay. So that's what cleaning microphones. DJ Mike L says UV lighting is good for water. That's pretty dope. Mike L says he has the special edition of the S11 on the way. Let me know when you get that joker, because hopefully I will have mine on Friday or Saturday. We'll see. Where be love at? We shall see. Frank Cook says, Mr. I ain't buying ish. I'm not buying anything, bruh. I said it was on the way. I ain't said nothing about buying it, bruh. Hey, Frank Cook, I'm not buying nothing, man. Stop lying. My homie DJ High Def says revenue has to be generated. I feel you, bruh. I feel you. Especially when buying gear. But I guess for me, it just goes back to nobody knows your business numbers. Nobody knows how much it costs you to do your business Like, what's your website hosting? What's your email hosting? And how much are you paying for insurance? You know, a lot of us that do this as a business, we got these monthly expenses or annual expenses that we have to pay as it relates to our business, whether we gig or not. It's like those expenses don't stop. They don't. Far as buying new gear, unless something break, that's really optional. But this Pioneer DJ S11, they took 5 or 6 years when they dropped the original S9, and they looked at ring, they looked at the Reloop Elite mixer, and they did their homework, and they brought their A game to the court. What I like about this mixer over the Rain 72 and the Rain 72 MK2, it's one feature. And that's the smooth echo that you can push a button and have an echo on a crossfader and the channel faders. And when you load a song, it'll echo out depending on how you're doing your sets. That feature frees up a whole effects channel if you're doing a routine or whatever. Now you don't even have to reach for the pedals, because a lot of people, as part of their routines and sets, they use that echo out. So I think that feature is dope. That feature is dope. Now, to the comment box, check it in on Facebook. DJ Breck 1 says the S11 is not going to make you more money than any other mixer you already own. It depends on your DJ business and what else you do in addition to DJing. Do you create content and stuff like that? But it's definitely not going to make you a better DJ. You can practice and you can do the same tricks, on a controller. But that's a different topic. But it's more so about your S9 is old or having issues. You've been waiting for the new Pioneer because you don't like the new Rings. It's now the time to update. My homie D Life says, them bills keep coming. Man, who you telling? That mortgage is there the first of every month, bruh. Car insurance is there. So, yeah. See what else we got in the comments. My homie DJ High Def says, I would say this. I get so many compliments on how clean my gear is. You would be surprised how clients look for more in a DJ than just rocking events. Bruh, I know. That's why we polish our truss. Somebody said, J-Rock, you polish your truss? Yeah, my truss looks good. It's not just sticks of aluminum, as somebody once said. I won't spend no money on those sticks of aluminum. Man, those sticks of aluminum has made me a lot of money over the years. But you got to keep them clean. I got 15s, but I keep them clean, though. It's like when it comes to events, because everybody knows a DJ. There are tons and tons and tons. You could go on Facebook right now and find 100,000 DJs. So it's more than just about having the gear. It's about the presentation. It's about your vibe. It's about your style, your swag. And it's like, Most DJs are somebody's favorite DJ. Think about that. Most DJs are somebody's favorite DJ. It doesn't matter about skill. It's other reasons. It's the energy, the vibe, the memories. You know what I'm saying? And Mike L says a lot of people really on the S11. Yeah, that's true. Man, you gotta wipe the speaker poles down. You gotta replace them every now and then. DJ High Def says there's 1,000 DJs in Baltimore alone. It is so many DJs. And it's DJ schools and stuff that's, spitting out new batches of DJs every so often. So it's only going to be more and more and more throughout the country. Other new gear that's come out in recent months is the Denon system. The Denon 6000, SC 6000 and the 6000 M's with the X1850 mixer is a powerful setup. And we grabbed the Denon SC 6000 M's, and we personally rocked that with the Range 72 MK2. It's a fun system to spin on. Even though Serato hasn't released a port yet, I'm going to come back to Serato, but I'm going to talk about Virtual DJ for a second. Now, Virtual DJ has raised the bar when it comes to DJ software and DJ features. I know the Serato heads are jumping through their computer screens and through their cell phones right now, but Virtual DJ is no slouch. It is fast, it is feature loaded, and I've come to enjoy spinning on it. I've been doing a try Virtual DJ challenge, and I've literally taken like the last almost 60 days now and exclusively spent every time I turn the system on, I turn on Virtual DJ. And it is fun. It's been rock solid, no crashing. And so they were the first to support the Denon 6000s. Back to Serato. Serato is slow with rolling out new features. They are slow with supporting new gear. And I don't know. After spending on Virtual DJ for the last 60 days, I may be a full-time convert. They may be short. They may be short. My homie Cool DJ Dre in the building. My dude is so funny. My dude Cool DJ Dre says, my favorite DJ is me. I feel you, bruh. I feel you. My favorite DJ. Wow. I would have to say my favorite DJ is DJ B Love. Her crate building skills is unmatched. Her ability to connect with a crowd is unmatched. And I have a hell of a business partner. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Now, yeah, Mike, soon as this COVID stuff chill out, you can come check out my 6,000 meals, bruh. For sure, for sure. Now, if you notice, Breck, I didn't mention the CDJ 3000s. when the only thing that the CDJ 3000s have over the Denons, in my opinion, is that the screen is a little bit brighter. That's it. That's not a deal breaker for me. When I found out that the CDJ 3000s doesn't, not only will it not analyze files on the fly, it will not play files that wasn't scanned through Rekordbox. So if you just take a MP3 or a wave, I think it's a wave file or anything, and if that file wasn't prepared through Rekordbox, it won't play it. The Denons, you can take any file, even MP4s, load them up, it'll analyze it, it'll play it. You can connect the beat source. You can play files from Tidal. You can connect to your Dropbox and play files over Wi-Fi. To me, that's a game changer, especially if you are an event DJ or a wedding DJ and you take requests. Just having access to all those music sources, I think it's crazy. DJ Breck says Virtual DJ has been up to par since Virtual DJ 8. He started playing with it with Virtual DJ 5. That's what's up. B-Love brought up the O clamps. Those American DJ O clamps. Do I have one over there? Yeah, right there. Yeah. These things right here, man. What's been happening? I know I'm jumping topic, but I felt the need to bring this up. The wing nut that goes up here, they have been crumbling and just disintegrating in my hand. You twist it, you get it tight, and it just crumbles like a cracker. And so if you're using these, it might be time to take them out of your inventory, because the last thing you want is for that thing to break and your light fixture fall to the ground or fall and hit somebody in the head. You should be using safety chains anyway, but still. So we switched to the all metal ones, and so I had some of these left, and so we've been building out our new DJ studio in our house, and so I was using these for various projects, and they breaking in the DJ studio. Imagine at a gig, what type of stress that'll be. And so it's just food for thought. Now, and Divine Sounds and Lighting is in the building. I still want them acapellas you made. Don't shortchange me. I'm gonna teach you how to make an acapella, bro. Shit, I'm gonna teach you how to fish. The sound of the acapellas on Virtual DJ depends on the quality of the file. Some are better than others. Some sounds just like them bootleg acapellas we be buying from folks. Some sounds better. Yep. Other new gear that's come out, the Rain System MK2. When I heard this bad boy was coming out, I thought, I'm going to be honest and say, I thought it was going to be more groundbreaking than what it was. The 72, the faders and the tension on the fader is a cool upgrade. they focused their attention on the Ring 12 MK2s, being able to do DVS mode natively. I think that was a smart move because that opened them up to support stuff like Rekordbox and Tractor and sell a whole lot of those units. And they actually feel better to me than the original Ring 12s. And so we sold our Ring 12s like a month or two before these dropped because I heard they was coming. And so we grabbed the MK2s and they've been fun. We haven't touched them since we got the Denons, because the Denons is kind of the default setup. I ain't even gonna front. Now, it's been a different type of gear that's been coming out, and that is cases and stuff like that. These Pro X is one of the companies that's, in addition to making your standard road case, they're making these custom cases that your controller lives in, that your decks live in. The one on the left is their control tower, and they make this for like the Ring 72. I mean, yeah, not the Rings, but the Pioneer controllers, the Denon controllers, stuff like that. The one on the right is their flip case, and that's where you can have your Denons or your CDJs and all that stuff in it, connected, roll it into the building, open the doors, flip it up, good to go. These cases are designed for, I would say, more of the production company, who might have the transportation, the trailer, the Sprinter van to be able to roll these cases in, and might have the financial bandwidth to shoulder the expense of a $1,000, $15,000, $3,000 case. And so yeah, the cases are really nice. Now, the one on the right, I would love to have for our Denon system. So once we start back gigging and this pandemic, is at a good place, we're going to go ahead and get that joker, the black one on the right. Once this pandemic situation began to flow. Shout out to the Jones Experience. Yeah, the Denon SC 6000 and the Denon SD 6000M. The set I did the other night when I streamed live was on the 6000Ms. I did an impromptu DJ set to check out everything. That's my Twitch family checking in. My name is DJ J Rock, representing the Power Jam DJs and the Event Stream team. And you're tuned into Everyday DJ Podcast. And so each week I'm going to do this on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. And we're going to talk about topics that's important to me, topics that are important to you, topics that's not going to be filtered. We don't have any corporate sponsorship, so nobody can shut us up by threatening to keep the bag from us. So, we can go there. We can definitely go there. And we're going to do that right now, by the way. We're going to go there. So, as a event producer, as a production company, as a DJ, what is your role when it comes to social justice? I listen to a lot of conversation where, people are afraid to speak out against some of the crazy stuff that's going on, and for fear that they might not get booked or they might lose their gigs. You know, they fear that they might not get booked. There might be some backlash to them, speaking out against police brutality and some of the senseless shootings and stuff. So, what role do you play? What's your approach? Do you not post about it? Do you only talk about it in privacy? When nobody can see. I've actually had people inbox me and say, J Rock, you're not afraid to talk about this stuff? You're not afraid to post some of this stuff? And no. Short and sweet of it is no. I'm not. I have sons. I have a daughter. I have nieces and nephews. My oldest son is 31. I got a 30-year-old, a 14-year-old, 11-year-old. My daughter's turning 13. And so, me as their father, if I don't speak up and take a stand and call out what's wrong, whose job is it? Whose role is it? Are we not supposed to be human? Are we not supposed to be black? Are we supposed to ignore our African culture, our heritage? Somebody said to me, J Rock, you turn African, then you're getting a whole lot of gigs. And I was speechless, right? And I was like, damn, homie. I could have sworn I was born African. And I know the person that mean no harm, because he's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? He's a good dude, got a lot of respect for him. But it just made me think, damn, I do know people on their business websites, they hide the fact that they're a black-owned business. They some put Caucasian stuff, you know what I'm saying? Myself personally, on our webpage, if there's any imagery, it's pictures from events with real clients or us or technology. Depends on the page you go to. But if I have to hide the fact that I'm African, that I'm black and proud to get business from people, I don't want that business. I don't. Their money isn't the type of money that I want. And not saying that I'm rich, because I'm not. I'm a working man just like you. But at the same time, money don't make or break me. I have to be able to look my kids in the face and know that I'm living a life that's authentic to me. Living a life that represents me, the computer nerd, the music nerd, the technology geek, the passionate father, the loving husband, the good friend, all those aspects of my personality. And so I think it's important. I think it's take a stand and let our positions be known that we're not going to stand for the BS, the craziness. You know, we got to. Yep. With that being said, be heard, man. Be heard. It's important that you are registered to vote. It's important that you go to the voting booth. Drag old girl in them. Hey, ladies, drag old boy to the booth. Go to the booth, vote, be counted, be heard. 'Cause it's important. And most importantly, take the time and do your research. Let me see that sheet we've been researching, babe.
This is the ballot for Baltimore City.
And so like right here, we have the ballot for Baltimore City.
Taking those.
And kicking ass and taking names. And we're going over this with the kids, right? Of course, now everybody pay attention to the first box you see, who's running for president. But you got to know about the people that's running for the Congress. Like, it's some sheer tomfoolery going on. We got Kimberly Classic versus Kwasi and Fumi, and it's crazy. Yeah, take the time, research the candidates, and most importantly, in addition to the presidential stuff, you want to be aware of these questions they ask. Authorize the mayor of the city and the city council to borrow up to $12 million to be used for planning and development, making the operative and affordable housing program of the mayor and city council of Baltimore. So what do they mean by that? Is it really going to go towards affordable housing? So that's the type of stuff. This is where they pass the slick stuff. They take their agendas and they put it into like 6 paragraphs, and you be like, you be short. Next thing you know, they done pass some ordinance that says DJs can have their gear confiscated if the police is called more than one time to an event. This happened in Virginia. We DJ'd a cookout. We was rocking. The police came. He said, if we come back, we're taking your gear.
Stop lying.
Yes, I'm not lying. In Virginia. And that was passed on a ballot, something like that, because people didn't take the time and research and actually read to see what they was checking off on. And so I don't know about you. I turned my stuff off. You're not taking my gear, bro. You're not taking my gear. But rules like that are passed. Those laws are passed as part of these primary campaigns. Then the campaigns that happen every 2 years where they elect other representatives. And so you want to take the time and really do your research. You know, you don't want to be asleep at the wheel thinking that these folks in these offices got your DJ business in mind. You know? All right, we're moving on to the last portion of today's podcast. And this is the open mic question and answer session where you get to ask me a question and I get to decide if I'm going to answer it or not. No, but real talk. Real talk, ask your questions. Anything y'all been working on. And real quick, I'm going to run through this comments and make sure I didn't miss anything. Beloved says, get up, stand up. Yep, so real talk, I want to take this opportunity and just give y'all a quick update. So this podcast is going to happen every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Some weeks we're going to have a live panel having discussions about various topics. Some weeks we're going to have special guests. But every week I will be here. If I'm not here, Beloved will be here. We're going to make it happen. So I want to thank everybody who tuned in and participated, everybody who hit the share button. Your support means a lot to me. So right now, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe right now. If you have not followed me on Twitch, follow right now. Power Jams DJs everywhere. And this is the Everyday DJ podcast sponsored by the Power Jam DJs and the Event Stream team. Make sure y'all support. Make sure you hit them share buttons. Most importantly, make sure you be true to your authentic self. Don't let money make you. You make the money. Because at the end of the day, life is bigger than a Rain 12 or a S11 or who got Yorkvilles. You know what I'm saying? Life is bigger than that. That stuff is fun and cool too. But what's more important is that we got to stop dying from this coronavirus. We got to stop dying in the streets. We got to love and support one another. Hold on. I'm not saying be a sucker and be used by people. I'm saying show love, real support, and be genuine. Alright? J-Rock. Shout out to DJ B Love. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Much love and support. This podcast is going to be available hopefully by the end of the week. Apple Music, TuneIn, Spotify, all your podcast places. It'll be available in audio form. Of course, it'll be on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, but it's going to be on the podcast sites as well. So until the next one, J-Rock, I'm out. Y'all be chill. Peace.